I'm sick of watching Caitlin getting attacked. If the league does.
For weeks, the WNBA played to a grim rhythm. Caitlin Clark, taking hit after hit, hacked, bumped, and hammered while the league office stayed silent, watching from the sidelines. Fans lit up social media in protest. Studio analysts offered tame nods, then changed the subject. The message to Clark was unmistakable. Deal with it yourself, rookie. But then, everything changed. Not because the league finally stepped in, but because basketball's loudest voices broke their silence. Steph Curry, LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and more than half a dozen NBA All-Stars spoke out, not with scripted support, but with raw frustration that echoed from coast to coast. This wasn't PRIT, was personal. NBA players usually keep their praise within their own circle, maybe tossing a retweet or a short post-game comment. But Pascal Siakam shattered that norm live on air. When asked a lighthearted question, who's getting the most love in the game right now? He skipped the expected NBA names and dropped a truth bomb. Honestly, it's Caitlin Clark. The love around her is ridiculous. And with that, the silence cracked.
Oh man, Caitlin she's a beast, man. Like, and they love her. So I'll probably say Caitlin Clark. I love Tyrese, but she's another level in terms of just the love that she has.
Pascal Siakam didn't compare Caitlin Clark to WNBA rookie C. Compared her to Tyrese Halliburton. His own all-star point guard teammate Hand still gave her the crown. That wasn't flattery. That was fact. Clark has shattered the invisible barrier that once kept the WNBA and NBA in separate spheres, and Siakam just made it official. Then there's Obi Toppin, never one for headline-grabbing quotes. His language is action, not analysis. But that's exactly what makes his reaction so powerful. No rehearsed lines, no PR polish, just honest, wide-eyed admiration. Yeah, Caitlin's amazing. Seeing her courtside at our games is...
Yeah, Caitlin's amazing. Super amazing. She's a great player. Having her be courtside and watching our games is awesome. We see the excitement that she has on the sides, but just like she's doing that, we do the same. Like when they're playing, like it's so much. It's a joy to watch.
That's parody at its purest, not in mockery, but in the way it flips the script. No hierarchy, no qualifiers, no women's basketball. Just hoopers recognizing hoopers. When mid-rotation NBA players start speaking like that, it means the culture has already shifted beneath the hardwood. Tyrese Halliburton, sharing a city with Clark in Indianapolis, gets a front-row view of the chaos that follows her autograph hunters. Relentless media flashes, constant trash talk, and still, she never flinches. Look, he told reporters, there's Brown, Steph, Jokic, and Caitlin. Just like that. She's not just famous in her lane, she's top 5 in the...
She's, I think for me, getting to actually spend time around her, be around her, get to know her personally, she's just an amazing person, an amazing player. She deals with there's a lot of rhetoric behind her that she really has no control over, and I think that the way she handles that is just amazing. Like, I think when it comes to the game of basketball, like, she's probably top 5 most famous people that are playing right now, just in general. That includes our league as well.
He wasn't exaggerating. Open TikTok, turn on ESPN, walk through an airport, or catch a morning show, pick any screen, and she's there. Halliburton's empathy is the giveaway. He knows what it means to carry a franchise, to feel the weight of expectations, yet even he believes Clark's burden is heavier. That kind of perspective says more than any highlight reel ever could. And then there's LeBron when he speaks. Entire storylines shift. He could have offered a polite, generic compliment. Instead, he zoomed out, pointed to the bigger picture. She's drawing eyeballs. They're flying private for the first time. Celebrate. That translation, Clark isn't just playing ball. She's fast-tracking structural change 27 years in the making.
Because everybody is looking for you to say anything, and they're going to splice it and cut it and make it a negative thing. And I think for her, the one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. I saw for the first time that they had a chartered plane for the first time in their league history. They flew private. That should be celebrated in his own right.
LeBron's seen this story unfold before. He lived it in 2003. He knows exactly what it means to carry an entire industry on your back and drag it into a more prosperous future. His respect for Clark didn't just sound sincere, it sounded personal, almost protective. The message between the lines was clear. Don't screw this up, league. Protect your investment. And when it comes to pure shooters, the respect runs deep. Ask one sniper how he honors another, and the answer's simple. Lace 'em up. Trae Young, who's never met a logo 3 he didn't love. openly admitted he'd need extra reps to keep up with Clark in a televised shootout. They're linked. By more than admiration, they share.
Big Caitlin Clark fan.
Oh, yeah.
She, of course, is an excellent shooter. Would you ever do like a Caitlin Trey three-point contest at All-Star?
Of course I would. I've gotten to talk to her too throughout her college years. We're the only two people that ever led college in points and assists. That's a crazy stat. I'd have to definitely practice a lot more than I have for these previous three-point competitions. Nah, I'd be ready for sure. I'd do it.
Young's playful challenge wasn't just friendly banter, was a peer-to-peer nod, a clear recognition that Clark's release, mechanics, and swagger deserve the same spotlight his game commands. Fans would kill to see that kind of showdown, and sponsors are already circling. Then there's Paul George, a rare star who can step back and see the bigger picture. Without sounding preachy, his perspective cut through the noise. Look, vets spent years grinding in empty gyms. Now,
you gotta put it in perspective, right? These girls have been grinding to grow the game of basketball in the WNBA. They've been grinding to grow the sport to the world, the viewerships. They've been grinding for all of this. And then you have this girl that comes along from college and is an instant change. She's handed pretty much being the face of the league. There's gonna be girls that are offended by it.
he was unpacking the human backlash that comes with sudden change. In just a few sentences, Paul George managed to honor Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise while also acknowledging the trailblazers who paved the road she's now sprinting down. That balanced celebration with context is what gave his quote staying power, echoing across podcasts and sports talk shows for an entire news cycle. Then a reporter
Who's your favorite women's basketball player?
Caitlin Clark.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like Paige Buchers?
No, she's okay. I didn't see her playing the women's NBA.
Luka didn't hesitate. Caitlin Clark. No disclaimers, no soft landings. Just a straight answer from a guy who knows what it means to redefine expectations. Luka's own journey, from Euro prodigy to NBA superstar, wrote the learning curve, so when he spoke, his brevity said it all. He wasn't grading potential, he was grading present tense impact. And Clark passed with honors. That kind of minimalist praise, you frame it. Then came Steph. He saw the hits, studied her film, frame by frame, and instead of playing it safe, he threw the
I'm sick of watching Caitlin getting attacked. If the league doesn't step up and protect her, things are going to get ugly real fast.
Boom, point blank. No fluff, no filter. And coming from the man who redefined the very geometry of basketball. That sentence hit.
I saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine. And then her just confidence out. You can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer. It's crazy though, just because her shot is it's like that. It's at that level. If you really watch, like her floor game is as impressive. So it's kind of the total package.
Boom, point blank. No fluff, no filter. And coming from the man who redefined the very geometry of basketball. That sentence hit like a warning shot and a thesis statement all in one. Steph wasn't just praising Clark, he was signaling to the entire basketball world, she's not the future, she's the now.
Favorite WNBA player? A'ja Wilson.
Then came the surgical breakdown. Steph dissected her game with the precision of someone who knows every inch of the arc, identical release speed, limitless range, mirrored showmanship, and then boom, the uppercut. She's the total package. This wasn't casual praise. When Curry speaks, careers shift. His cosign turned Klay Thompson into a legend and made Jordan Poole a millionaire. So when he calls Caitlin Clark a kindred spirit, it's not just a compliment, it's a legacy-level endorsement. That momentum came to a screeching halt when Jason Tatum was asked about the WNBA and offered just 7 flat syllables. A'ja Wilson and defeat